Wow, I don't think I've ever heard of a video game being shut down like 2 weeks after it's been released. That caught my attention, man. Yeah, apparently this game called Concord is already being shut down. And I have some thoughts on that, some mixed feelings on that. But yeah, let's take a look at what IGN says about it.
Hey everybody, it's me, Chelsea Bites, and in today's gaming news, Sony is quickly taking Concord offline after selling only 25,000 units. They'll
Whoa.
spend
Okay, I didn't know how many copies it sold. Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. I never knew how many copies the game sold. I thought I knew it was low, but jeez. Okay, yeah, this makes sense now. Let's keep going.
talks about his worst game decisions, and Anatria is being delayed indefinitely on Xbox after being ignored by Xbox. This is your daily fix.
Man, 25,000 copies? I'd probably do the same thing, honestly. God, that's not even 100K. That's embarrassing.
After Concord was released less than 2 weeks ago on August 23rd, Sony has announced it will be pulling the game from the shelves completely. Developer Firewalk Studios was founded in 2018. Shortly after, it began developing Concord. Sony made the decision to acquire Firewalk Studios in April 2023 and quickly announced the game during the PlayStation Showcase in May 2023. But even more quickly, Sony has now delisted Concord. It's not even showing up.
Okay, I will admit, and this is just my opinion, from playing Suicide Squad, which I did not like at all, this does look like it would have been more fun than Suicide Squad, but yeah, I'm gonna save it to the end.
In the PlayStation Store anymore. 3 days after its launch, analysts at the analytical firm Omdia said the Steam concurrent numbers were so low, they didn't even need the PS5 data to know things were going badly for the game. As of August 28th, analyst Simon Carless of the GameDiscover.co newsletter said sales of Concord sit at 10,000 units on Steam and around 15,000 units for PS5. 25,000 units sold at $40 a pop doesn't bode well for a game like that, which costs tens of millions of dollars to make. Which begs the question, why did Sony rush out Concord? Buying a studio and showcasing its first game a month later is a confident move. Many, including myself, were disappointed with the game's rollout.
You say confident, I say dumb. Like, I save it to the end.
Watching the teaser trailer would not have led me to believe that we were playing a reskinned PvP game. Didn't Destiny already do this? Or Overwatch? Valorant? Or any number of free-to-play hero shooters? Regardless of all the reasons Concord flopped, it's certain that it may be one of the biggest fails in gaming history. After at least 6 years in development and 2 weeks on store shelves, Concord will go offline September 6, 2024. Full refunds are being given to all players who purchased on PS5 or PC. Moving on with our theme of bad decisions.
Yikes. That is bad. That is bad. So I wanted to see what some of the YouTubers had to say about the situation. Yang Yi is pretty good, so let's see what he has to say. Not gonna play the entire video, just the first couple minutes.
Well, that was fast. I talked about how Concord hasn't been selling particularly well in my last video. In fact, according to analysts who spoke with IGN, Concord sold roughly 25,000 units, 10,000 of those on Steam and 15,000 of those on PlayStation.
Okay, at first I was going to say that I probably would not have pulled the plug on this game yet. I probably would have made it free to play. But 25,000 copies? Yeah, I think. And then you got Marvel's Rivals coming up real soon. Yeah, I think this was probably the move.
That's about as abysmal as you can get for a AAA live service launch. I don't think I've ever seen a disaster quite like this from a commercial standpoint for a AAA game of this scale. It got so bad that players eventually started to have a hard time finding matches. Matchmaking just wasn't working because there
Wow.
weren't enough players to support matchmaking. And so across Reddit, we started seeing a number of people complain that certain modes are just straight up impossible to play, and others you have to wait too long to engage with. And so that further drove players away. Even those who were giving this game a chance were having a hard time justifying the patience.
I would have probably given this game a chance had it had a campaign or had it been free to play. Like I think had this game been free to play, it would have definitely it would have lasted a little longer. Because I don't think the developers were straight up trying to make just a hero shooter like this. This was straight up Sony's decision, and yeah, this is bad.
That they had to have for this title. And so that brings us to today, September 3rd, 2024. If you go to the official PlayStation Twitter page, you'll find this ominous tweet, an important update on Concord from Firewalk Studios. And yeah, you can imagine what this is going to be about. So this is what the blog post reads like. This is from game director Ryan Ellis from Firewalk Studios. We're talking 8 years in development, and this was the unfortunate result. So here's what the post reads like. Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PS5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. There wasn't really much of a community, but there were some players who tried the game out, and again, even those who gave this game a chance and were constructive about both the good and bad qualities were not optimistic that this game would survive for long, and were adamant about expressing all of the areas in which this game was lackluster. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th, 2024, and explore other options, including those that will better reach our players. September 6th, 2024, folks, will be exactly 2 weeks after the August 23rd, 2024 launch of.
When I first saw the trailer for this game, my first thoughts were it doesn't appeal to me. But there's a group of people out there who like hero shooters like this. Apparently not. Yeah, man. They decided to take it offline. Well, I mean, I don't like to really hope for a game to die or fail, but I hope that, this situation kind of sends a message to Sony saying that, people really don't want this, and I mean, they probably don't care, but they definitely they need to take this into consideration, like I mean, it's fine every once in a while. A good hero shooter is good every once in a while, but we need other kinds of games. Like you have franchises like literally on life support because you're putting stuff out like this. Like, come on now. There should have been no reason as to why this game came out of the gate being $40 when you have other hero shooters like Overwatch, Paladins, Rogue Company, which all were free to play and looked more fun than this. Like, what was the appeal of this game? So it's one of those, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, Sony definitely needs to make better decisions when it comes to games like this. Okay, because this game it costed over 100 million to make, and it only sold 25K. That is sad, and it kind of is scary that knowing that Suicide Squad probably sold more than this. Oof. My thoughts, honestly, I think I probably would have went to a last resort and just made this game free to play. But the fact that they were willing to pull the cord on this game altogether just shows that they really didn't see a future for this game. And hey, I mean, it is what it is. But those are my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are kind of sad about this game. You think this game, do you think this treatment was unfair or not? I do feel for the developers, you know, because I mean, they definitely, all those, you know, I guess blood, sweat, and tears and hours went into this game for it to, you know, go online for 2 weeks and that's it. Oh, I would be very mad. But yeah, let me know your comments down below. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. SM them out. Peace.